All right, here we go again. So it's actually, I found it, but it's witchcraft. So it's still the same thing. We don't, God and I don't split hairs. If you disappear something via witchcraft, then you stole it for that period of time. The state is cursed, it'll stay cursed. Let's see. Now, where's my other thing? No, they're just once they start what they call disruption operations, which are a bunch of shit and lies, of psychological torture and a psychological operation for personal gain and narcissistic satisfaction. Once they start that, then the disruption occurs all around your life because they're witches and devils and things such as that. But for all intents and purposes, if they're in it now, they're a devil, and that's what they'll go to hell for being. But we go to church and we go to synagogue and we're Hindu. No, it's not purely psychological, but there is, stress and all that. So there obviously there is a psychological toll, and you should be excised for that also. Unreversed. They can't judge anything. Yeah, 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 Rafa. Shala. Take all their power away. Watch them sink into hell. See if this thing's powered up. I gotta go back inside for a second. So they gave them the power to be the judge of things. Now, I didn't find the check until I went back in my house. So they could have just put it back in my car. But I can't tell you for sure. Actually, I probably should have turned that camera back on. But I'm getting out of here soon. I'm not too worried about it. One of my cameras is off. I have it rehooked it up. Now it's happening. They're devils. You walk into a church and women try hitting on you like it's normal. They did that to me the whole time. That's how they sexualize somebody. I even had a pianist. Of course, they trying to. Oh, see, but see, he's fantasizing. Yeah, bullshit on him. Trying to create fantasy. Well, you don't talk like an LDS guy. Well, that's because I'm not in. If you're not going to let me in, then don't invite me in because there'll be hell to pay. And no, it's not a threat to harm your church. That's a threat from God for all of you to go to hell. That's one of their scams. Come to our church and be like us, and then they don't let you in because somebody's paying. There's no way else in there. So don't gather to get the social interaction, the connection. Right. Well, but once you go over to the dark side and you own the church, then the church is, God's power is not going to flow. It's all Satan. That's why the last thing, the last thing you see on earth here, everybody's changing to the prosperity gospel because Satan's paying them. Oh, we do really well for ourselves, don't we? It's because God blesses us. I think the quorum can hear me. I'm sure the quorum would want me to do this to you if you did that to me, and you did that to me. 100%. Mm. Well, it's kind of like weird. I mean, I think you all believe that I'm an Aaronic priest. Most people in the LDS would agree that without LDS, I'm probably one of the few people that is an Aaronic priest on this planet. Right. Anyways. Well, because see, when I went through all that stuff in the beginning, remember, and I'm sure Joseph Smith was there, but I couldn't get to you till now. That was part of it, that I was made an Aaronic priest. So again, they probably had Joseph Smith and Brigham Young, and they put their hands on my head, and they made me an Aaronic priest, and they told me I was a priest according to the order of Melchizedek. See, they already jacked me before I would get there. Same time period. Hmm. She's trying to kill me again. She's a wacko. They're all wackos, actually. They're all like Black Widows. But we're saving your children. They that stuff would not exist but for these people. Again, it's not all physical operation, but their physical operation gives them the power of the metaphysics to cause it. Right. All across the globe, believe me, they could be the reason kids are getting raped in India. I mean, that's how bad it is. I mean, of course, people like this are in India also. Right. It's even worse there because they have the official case system. But that's what it's kind of like, a case system. Right. Hmm. Like when you have somebody like Oakes or Nelson, they may see them, but see them as real CIA people and know that they have CIA people operating through their church. Just in case it comes up, the CIA might, make it so they won't listen to somebody. Right. But again, the way I explain it, it helps them understand what's going on. They may not be harassed, but there are people that are being harassed. Again, they don't want anybody put out of the church by CIA just because they hate the person. Right. Thank you, Rich. But Oaks may know they're there, thinking, they're the operators taking care of, even if it's a law. Again, they've included law enforcement operation also. Right. So just a big scam. Again, from what I can see now, let me heal this young girl and this guy. Well, I guess they're dating, but it's something going on around them. Young people. I can be. I am sure that the whole thing with Elizabeth Smart happened. Again, this could all be metaphysics, but we don't know for sure, right? But it could all be metaphysics happened so they could get in and do what they're doing. Because you would be like, oh my God, she got abducted. We don't want our other kids abducted. Oh, this is FBI agent so and so. Ooh, the popo pull him over, pull him over. Woo, woo, woo. They got like really weird sirens around here. Wee, woo, wee, woo. Actually, I haven't heard it in a while. That's a late thing. I don't have it. I think Overland Park has it. It's like twisted. Wee, woo, wee. Thanks, Larry. But I wonder why I was on that case. At some point, I mean, maybe even after the fact, I can't remember. I don't remember when because there's a lot of cases like Epstein. I was like, oh look, this billionaire in Florida is in jail for having sex with young girls. I mean, you couldn't wait till you're 18. I mean, what? And I'm not condoning that either. But I'm just saying, this shows you he was cursed. Right. No, because you have that much money, things just happen for you. Like Trump knows things happen for him. And somebody gets him, they get him, but he knows how it works. Right. That's why he generates additional money to try to get out of something. That's why they don't let me have money because they know I could get forward, even physically, I could get forward of it. If I made $100,000 a year, I'd be able to get forward of it. Right. I mean, I probably could get forward of it with, like in this economy, 85,000, but it'll be a little more difficult. Right. That's why they limit your income. And then if you have a wife, if you have a church, a real church. Oh no, I'm not really into visiting churches now. I want to see what's going on out there. Right. We'll just condemn a lot of them. I can't vouch for the church I was in. Sham and scam. At least these people that started operating. I was having a flashback from the Spy Wars. It's not real. Look, I know Oaks is hearing something because he keeps coming up. Oaks and Nelson. So like I'm bitching at them when I get out because they're messing with my life. Is around when they drugged me and all that, and they tell like I got friends in the community like the black guys, the young black guys that live where my mother lives. There's a lot of black people in that community in New Jersey, and so telling them BS. Right. And they all telling me. He said it's from the war. I said, bullshit. I hate to use that because I was trying to get rid of that kind of terminology, but if you're not going to let me in the church, it's just not going to work. Right. Nah, it's a game for them. Oh, yeah, come back. We want the other $100,000. You're the cash cow. Don't go away, cash cow. Thank you, Larry. But they telling like when I first got out of the government, and they telling them it's from the war, trying to cover it up. That's deep state, right? Because I was telling them the spiritual stuff. Of course, I'm not allowed because they're black and young, I want them to be on, gangster rappers, right? I was telling them about healing. I gave them incense and stuff. Right. All right, I got to try to go in here and do this. All right, stay peaceful. Praise God in all to do. Praise God.